How can I observe to do according to what has been written, to what has been established, to what God has stated, to what God has promised? How can I? I can't. Because if I don't know the truth of God's word, if I don't know the thoughts of God, if I don't know the precepts of God, if I don't know the behavior of God, how can I expect to receive? How can I expect to observe and to do what God is asking me to do, what He has commanded me to do? We talked about a command, right? We talked about God's laws. We talked about His precepts as being His command. So how can I follow the precept of God, His command, if I never observe to read His book, the book of the law? Okay, so let's keep going. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou may observe, that something may happen, that something may come forth. I may observe to do according to all that is written therein. At that point, when I have observed to do according to all that is written therein, so guess what? I got to do something. God's law, we should not only be hearers of God's words, but we should be doers of God's words. So when God gives us commands, when God gives us instruction, when God gives us direction, it's just not for Him to speak. It's for you to move. When He giving you instruction, He giving you precise, strategic instruction. So in order for you to prosper and be successful, I got to learn how to obey the instruction. I got to, first of all, heed the instruction. I got to be aware of the instruction. So in order to do that, I must be aligned with God's truth. I must make myself one with God's word. I must come into agreement with what God has written concerning me. Now, if I don't come into agreement, I can't say I agree with God's word. So I cannot expect for my way to be made prosperous. I cannot expect for me to have good success if I do not come into agreement with God's word. Yes, I may be reading it, but am I coming to agreement with it? Yes, I may be reading it, but am I observing to do according to that is written? Am I observing to do according to all that is written in God's law? He said, let not it depart out of your mouth, but continue in it. Continue. He said, be full of His word. Okay? That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. If I do these things, there is a promise connected to it. The promise is what we're going to go to, prospering and success. Okay, there's only one true way to success that is sustainable, that will far live us, that will far reach generations to come. It's not worldly success. It's not worldly prosperity. It's not defined by how the world defines success. So I want you to be careful when you're seeking after success, and when you're chasing after success. What type of success are you chasing? That which will only last for a moment, or that which will carry on for a lifetime? See, it's a difference. See, I can want success today, and I can do things that are fraudulent. I can do things that's gonna manipulate other people and deceive, and I can get things by those means, but it will not last. But God said, there is a way that seems right to man that leads to destruction, that leads to death, ultimately leads to death, right? So those ways, we don't want to take those ways. We don't want to take those routes, right? We don't want to have those plans. We want to have the strategic plans of God that brings forth wisdom and revelation, okay?